Whether you're a professional installer who does this every day, or a do-it-yourselfer tackling your own backyard project, or maybe you're repairing an existing fence, cutting the fence to fit your layout is something you can't avoid. There are 3 methods for cutting a mesh pool fence: trim to fit, border trim and tape, and the double molding cut. In this video, we're going to walk through the simplest of the 3, trim to fit. And the best part? You don't need any extra materials. To pull this off, you'll need a few basic tools: a cordless drill, a No. 2 Phillips if you're working with the classic fence, or a No. 2 square drive if you're working with the ultra fence, a tape measure, a China marker, heavy-duty scissors, and a utility knife. Start by trimming off any extra mesh, but make sure you leave at least 8 inches. You'll need that slack to get a good grip and stretch the mesh properly. Then pull the bottom border of the mesh tightly around the pole. Use your China marker to mark the center of the pole on the bottom border, and measure your mark from the previous pole. Then transfer that same measurement up to the top border so your cut will be perfectly straight. Next, take a section screw and preset it into the top hole of the molding. Hold the molding in place so that the top of the mesh sits just slightly above it, and screw it through the mesh at your mark. Here's a pro tip: be careful here. Make sure the screw goes between your fingers and not into them. Screw the molding and mesh to the pole. Then pre-drill the bottom border just above the second thread from the bottom, and preset another screw into the bottom hole of the molding. Now, with your drill in your right hand, engage the bit with the screw and push towards the pole. Hold the bottom border with your left hand. Use your arm between the mesh and the molding to create a slight arch in the molding. Once the screw is through the bottom of the border, remove your arm between the mesh and the molding. This will stretch the mesh tight, which helps eliminate wrinkles. If this method ends up being too difficult, you can use the foot method shown in the second video, border trim and tape. Here's another pro tip: you can lift the pole partway out of the deck sleeve to give yourself better access to the bottom hole. After screwing the molding and the mesh to the pole, push the pole back into the deck and reattach the fence section. Make sure everything in your layout is connected properly at wall attachments, termination points, and gate trusses. With the fence now fully tensioned, you're ready to tighten the mesh and finish the cut. Starting in the middle of the pole, pull the mesh tight and drive your first screw in the middle of the molding. Then continue downward, pulling the mesh as you go. Then work your way up from the first screw. Once all the screws are in place, disconnect the section. Grab your utility knife and carefully trim the excess mesh flush along the edge of the molding. Then reconnect the section and you're done. That's the trim to fit method: simple, clean, and effective. Be sure to check out our other 2 methods as well to see which one fits your layout and skill level.